Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In this episode, we're going to connect up this city here to the fuel we're making all the way over here. And now this is pretty big for us because this is the last city that isn't connected to anything, so it's still sort of growing at the base growth rate here. And once we connect it up to this fuel, it should start to grow a lot quicker. So the way we're gonna pretty much handle this is we're gonna configure this station to have another set of tracks and basically run those tracks all the way through here, make a stop here at Corpus Christi, and then connect up to Brownsville. Which actually, looking here, this city also doesn't have anything connected up to it. So we'll still be connecting up every town to an industry or another city in this video. So let's get started over here. And I believe we are making enough fuel. Hopefully. I think one thing we want to do is maybe add some storage buildings to this truck stop, just so it can hold a bit more fuel. And now we can come over here and configure this to have another set of tracks. I'll probably want this side to be a bit longer because we'll be running some pretty big trains through here. And then we'll throw a cargo platform right along here. We'll get rid of this one and place it back down. So now that we've done that, we can set up our stations at the other towns. So the way we're doing this, I think we're going to want the train station out here. And ideally, I'd like it somewhere out here. So we're gonna delete this road and figure out a new way to connect this up. So we'll do this. And this straight road will be where our station comes in. And then this can connect up over to this road. So we won't have any traffic issues there. So now we can place down our train station. We'll place it down here, something like this. A bit of a hill there, but we'll be fine. And then we'll want to add another station. Let's add it out here before the terrain starts to get really bad. Okay, so let's see if there's any sort of spot we can put a train station out here. Alright, so we should be able to put this in here. We did have to flatten some terrain. And hopefully the hill coming up here isn't too terrible. But this is probably the best spot for the station, as I would have liked to put it here, but that's part of the mountain. There's some pretty extreme hills here. We might just redraw this road and have a tunnel that goes through there. Anyway, let's connect up the track. So this route is going to be by far one of the toughest routes we have for trains. I kind of expected it. That's why we sort of waited till now that we have a lot of money. Because we have to go through this hill and then down this steep slope all the way into Corpus Christi. So we're going to want to start going downhill now. I'm going to try to not make it too harsh, so that on the way up it's not too bad. And hopefully we can... looks like we might have to go a bit steeper. So this is causing us quite a problem here. We might move back a little bit. All the way back here. And we'll come out on this side, which is slightly higher. Because I just don't want to build a massive bridge that cuts across the whole map. That just wouldn't be much fun. So now it seems like we've reached fairly level ground. We can start to work our way down to get to this station here. So we'll do this. And I believe we're about the height we need to be. So we'll just stay running along here. See if we can connect to the station. We're having issues with the road. There we go. And now, one thing I want to do is, we do want to have two tracks, since this is sort of in the middle of another route that we're going to be having. So we can have them sort of come through and pass by without causing any issues. So now we have to start working our way uphill all the way up to this station. And now the two ways we can do that is either go straight through this mountain and connect up here, or we can come around and work our way up the hill. We'll see if it's possible to just do it like this, which it actually is. We do get quite a slope going up this mountain. But this is pretty direct and prevents us from sort of rerouting all the way around this mountain. So I'm not opposed to this. We'll go with that. Again, this short bit of track here is costing us 11, almost 12 million, which is why now that we have almost 200 million, we now have the money to do this sort of project. And now, as usual, I'll go through and double up this track all the way through and add signals, and then we can start getting some trains on these tracks. Alright, so we have the tracks and signals laid out. Let's get some trains on these tracks. That looks good there. And let's get a train. So obviously these hills are very difficult, so we're going to want something that's very powerful. So maybe one of these electric trains might not be too bad. Although, I don't think our station up here is electrified, but that's not much of an issue. Yeah, so I think this electric train here is going to be our option. And we'll go with this tank car. And we can run quite a couple of these on here. Let's remove maybe a few, but I believe this is 15 cars on here, and it looks like it should be able to run it just fine. Yeah, let's get this. And this will be the one that runs from here down to Corpus Christi. So we're gonna get this error, and all we have to do is come up here and add electric to this station. Now let's come down here and quickly see our train. Here it comes out of the depot. And now we'll have to see if we can get this, how its speed is going up the hill. There comes the train into the station, and it looked like it went up that hill just fine, which is great news for us. So what we can do now is add a quick little truck stop. Let's get that in down here. And an unload stop right in the city. And then we can use this depot and just buy a couple of trucks. So now that we have this line working into Corpus Christi, we can now work on Brownsville. So again, all we have to do here is a truck stop and then an unload stop right about here. We'll get a road depot in, and we're good to go. So we'll get a few more trucks for this route. and connect up this line here. And now, lastly, all we have to do is make the train that's gonna take the fuel all the way out to Brownsville. So we're gonna use this electric train again. I think we'll get 2 trains running this line. Yeah, I think if we get two trains like this, that'll be more than enough. So connect that there, and then connect this in there. Now we should see our train come out of the station, or the depot. We'll stop this second one to let this one get along on the track. And then once it's about halfway across, we can let this one go. Alright, so this train is just passing through now, so we can probably start that up there. And now we can see how this train does going through this mountain here. So it's almost up to 50 miles an hour. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down at all, which is good for us. And it's up to 50. So it looks like this train can handle pretty much anything, no problem. I mean, this is a big train. It has a lot of cars, a lot of weight. And this engine can handle it no problem. So that's good. That's glad we sorted that out. Alright, so I'm not sure why this happened, but the pink line that we have running through here that goes up to Brownsville, it was doing this weird thing where it comes over into this station and into, like, running through this terminal instead of staying on this track here when it's going out to Brownsville. And I'm not too sure why it was doing that. I tried a bunch of things with moving the signals, maybe getting rid of these cross sections here. But the only thing that seemed to work was to add sort of a passing track that goes by the whole terminal. So we'll leave that for now, but if anyone has any suggestions on what to do or what happened with that, it would be greatly appreciated to get some help there. Yeah, it looks like everything's running good now. Because I just don't want this station blocking traffic that's coming through this way or going through the other way. So I put this track in here so that the train stopping at Corpus Christi only stops on this one side of the tracks. But we'll see how that goes. It shouldn't be an issue. It's just a little annoying, and we have a little extra track here. So what we want to do is we want to come up here and make sure that we're going to be able to ship enough fuel it seems like we definitely need to ship more oil to the fuel refinery, as it seems this truck stop's getting a lot of fuel, but this train station doesn't seem to be getting too much. So let's come out here. And it seems like we could Definitely throw some more trucks on these lines. Although it seems like this one's pretty much going out at max speed. We might have to put in a second station and essentially run two separate lines through here. So let's do that. And then we'll have to pretty much configure another cargo platform at this station here. Let's go ahead and buy 14 should be good. We'll set this on a new line and make sure these get set to the right terminal. We want the one over here at Louisville to come in at Terminal 1. So we have all our drop-offs over here and our pickup over here. And then we'll also want more trucks going between the oil refinery and the fuel refinery here. Although we might want to let these space themselves out first quick. And now we'll get a few more trucks to put on the fuel line. There we go. So now, hopefully we'll be shipping more fuel up here. It looks like this is getting ready to upgrade again. We should start to see our numbers up here start to increase. And there we go, this one just upgraded again. So now we're at levels, well, we've done 5 levels. So this is working towards level 6. Alright, so that's pretty much going to be it for today. We now have all of our cities connected up to some form of industry or passenger transport, and that is a big milestone for us. The money just keeps rolling in. We're now at $200 million. Pretty soon we'll probably be getting close to $500 million or even $1 billion in the next couple of episodes. But that's going to be all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or suggestions, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.